everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today, I have a little bit of Wings of Fire news to share with you all. We'll be discussing the slight delay of a piece of upcoming WAF content, show off the new panel reveals for the Escaping Peril graphic novel, and get into how we're about to have potentially a lot of news for the series coming our way. There's quite a lot to get into here today, and I'm very excited to talk about everything with you guys. I'm even going to give some speculation on when we'll learn more about the Wings of Fire TV show, as I've actually been receiving a lot of comments about that lately. But before we begin, a huge shout out to my patrons. Dark1195, Slightest Wild, Thistle, Noobto, Pyronuke, Avril, and Pancake. Thank you all so much for supporting me. Links to our social medias are in the description down below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. This week, it was unfortunately revealed that the Wings of Fire stained glass art book got delayed. It was originally going to release on December 3rd, but has now been pushed back to December 24th. What's noteworthy about this change is that now the book is going to be releasing alongside the Escaping Peril graphic novel that drops the same day. And while this might not seem like much, it's actually quite a bad thing for everyone. The stained glass art kit is definitely going to be overshadowed by the graphic novel. It didn't help that there's been virtually no advertising or discussions about it anywhere, despite the book being revealed to us all the way back in May. This will be disappointing for anyone wanting to pick up content similar to this in the future, as Scholastic will see it not doing that well and likely place the blame elsewhere. Maybe on a lack of interest about Wings of Fire that simply isn't there. Books like this don't delay the production of the actual novels or anything else in the main series, or its subsequent graphic novels. Rather, they're fun things to get us excited and to tide things over until bigger releases. But I'm actually quite excited for this stained glass art kit, and I'm glad that at least the delay is bringing some more attention to its existence. For those interested, the book is going to feature a lot of fun facts, potentially new artwork, such as a few of the original pieces on the cover, and the materials needed to make the crafts. Instead of actual stained glass, you'll be using vellum paper and markers provided. They even have Wings of Fire dragons on them. If you guys are interested, I honestly might try to make some of these sun catchers in a video. It'd be a lot of fun, as I'm absolutely terrible at making crafts. So I think we'd all be in for a funny time. Let me know if you'd be down for seeing a video like that when the book releases this December. And speaking of the Escaping Peril graphic novel, we did get a new look at several pages that will be featured in this release a couple weeks ago. While the quality here is very poor, we can still get to see some iconic moments of the story here. Spoiler warning ahead for anyone who hasn't read the main series book and wants to be surprised. Just skip ahead to the time provided on screen right now to keep on with the news if you'd rather not see. These were shown off at a Scholastic event in Australia. They're found by Roaring Echoes. We can catch a brief glimpse of the scene where Scarlet throws a fake glory head into Jade Mountain Academy, and I'm glad they're not toning it down here. Because man, that moment was horrifying to read about. I still feel bad for the poor Mudwing that was killed. Below these two pages, we can see the scene where Nautilus explains that the Talons of Peace will be on the lookout for Scarlet. All of these little teasers have gotten me super excited for what's to come. Escaping Peril is my favorite Wings of Fire book of all time, so it's going to be amazing to see all my favorite moments illustrated. And now, it's time to get into some other Wings of Fire news, or rather, how we'll potentially be getting some big reveals soon. With the upcoming release of the limited edition version of the Dragonette Prophecy, Tui is going to be heading to many libraries and events to have panels discussing Wings of Fire. We've had some amazing luck with Tui's panels before, and one last October, she literally even confirmed Arc 4, just out of nowhere. It's safe to say that we might be getting some exciting updates on the series. Tui will begin writing this new arc when she's finished with one final separate novel, so I'm sure she has a lot in mind for what's to come for Wings of Fire's future. Tui is even going to be present at New York City Comic Con this year. That's absolutely huge that she'll be featured. I can't wait to hear all the amazing fan stories from all these events, and see if any big questions get answered. And of course, I'll be reporting everything here. Speaking of the future of WAF, I've gotten a lot of comments lately asking if we've gotten any updates on the Wings of Fire TV show. For those unaware, the series was confirmed by Variety and Tui herself to be returning. It's going to come to us by Amazon Prime Video, which is super exciting to hear. However, it's been almost a full year with no updates or even rumors. I have a few guesses on when we can expect to hear some more about the TV show. October is going to be the main month for Tui's appearances at events, and that was the same month last year that we got an update on the Prime series from her. Now that almost 12 months have passed, we may be due for some kind of announcement, or the mentions of one coming soon. I can see us getting some kind of information in late September or some point in October, but obviously nothing is confirmed. If we don't get news then, perhaps the beginning of 2025 will provide us with something as a fresh start. Don't worry, Wings of Fire fans. The TV show is coming. I will be here to report any and all news we get. And I'm also here to say that I have a very special surprise coming to you all soon. Something big and very unexpected. So stay tuned. What do you guys think of all this? Are you excited for the stained glass art kit, Escaping Peril graphic novel, and the news to come? Let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.